So this is the shower cubicle that Rebekah has already built in the van. So all I've got to do is simply fit a basin and some sides, and then Rebekah's going to fit a shower curtain going across there. Really simple design. I've never done this before. I've never put a shower in a van before. Rebekah is insisting on having a shower in her van. So she's got this shower tray, which is a corner shower tray, and what's the measurement? 700 by 700 shower tray. It's got a domestic sink waste. The reason Rebekah's chose to use this one is because she wants it to drain straight out the bottom of the van. Apparently it's quite alright to do that. It is quite alright, is it? So all I'm going to do is put this pipe on the bottom of here, because we need it all the way on, don't we?
Yeah.
Because so now I've got my waste pipe connected up to there. I'm simply going to push this through, line it all up, hopefully put a little pipe through this hole in the floor. Hang on, I'm going to have to get on the floor, there's just not enough room in here. She hands him the glue. Don't it go in a gun or some sort?
Yeah.
God, now you got to do everything yourself around here. No, it's fine.
No, you're not. Yeah, because it's solid.
Gross. There you go, just shows what a difference a decent gun makes. I think that'll do, won't it? A rather precise fitting shower tray should go into place. That's it. So let's try that panel first before we glue that one down, because we didn't try it with that. I got it. So now that I'm happy how the backboard's going to fit, what I've done, I've cut some battens, and these battens, once I've glued this into place, I'm going to hold it in place using these battens. I'm going to screw those, not through, but in the sides, to hold this board in place whilst it dries. And then that's it till tomorrow. So all I've got to do now is remove it. Now I know it fits. Put some glue against the wall and hopefully glue it in place. We happy with that? So I'm going to put some of this down the bottom, in the middle, and then...
And just big blobs.
Big blobs, yeah. All right. Remember, I've never done this before, so...
Yeah, usual big blobs.
Sit then. I guess. So now we've got these massive blobs everywhere. Well, fingers crossed, put it in place. Have you got some screws ready for the battens?
I have indeed.
Oh, I have a feeling you might have. So I'm going to lay it in the tray first, so I know the bottom's in the tray, yeah?
Yeah,
and then just push it up, yeah? Just basically put it in place. I'll tell you what, that's pretty well stuck. That's pretty instant, yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Especially because it's made for plastic adhesion.
Is it made, is it... There you go, let's show everyone what it is then. Okay, so this is the adhesive we're using, just in case anyone is foolish enough to copy this.
I think it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
I'm glad you got faith in me.
Yeah, definitely. I've done stuff like this before.
Oh, you have? Okay, well, I didn't know that.
But not in a van, I haven't.
But not in a van, no. I did it in a boat once. Mate, the only shower cubicle I've ever made was in a boat, but we used plywood like this, but then used sheets of fiberglass and made like a wet room.
Yeah, it's easier to do that when you're
It was very messy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it again.
No, it's not
Like that. Just to hold it. And then we'll come back in the morning and hopefully it'll still be in place. So that's it then, yeah? So we'll leave that now till the morning and then we'll make 10 plates for each side, cut the plastic out and glue that in place. Right, back in the morning. So this is now the next day. This piece of plastic has adhered quite well. Now I know it looks a bit blue, but this is a protective covering. Once we've fixed everything in place, this protective covering will come off and reveal this nice white finish. Now this template was made for this side. Now when you're making a template, in this situation I used our little cutouts to mark down the side with the pen through the hole, and I did it in 3 parts. We've got our main part, so I cut this part first and then marked it down here to make sure it all fits there. Then our top piece is simply another piece of cardboard cut on and cut to shape to get that contour there, and the same with the bottom as well. So the bottom's the same thing, same principle, just add a piece of cardboard to it and just build our template out. So now all I've got to do is take this upstairs into the house, lay it on top of another piece of plastic and cut it out, simple as that, and then glue it on. Right, let's go. Right, so this is the piece I've cut out, so now all we've got to do is see if it actually fits. Oh, look at that. Like a glove. Right, so now what I've got to do, before I glue this, I'm going to cut the other side out as well, and then we can put some battens across to hold it all in place while the glue dries. Right, let's get another piece of cardboard. Get my little wheel, put my pen through there, like that, or like that. And then simply use my little roller and mark on the edge. So we'll call that. So now I want to glue or stick a bit of cardboard on the bottom. But I need to hold this in place.
Okay, let's
I don't want this to move. So if we get a staple gun, if that's all right with you, and just staple it.
Oh yeah,
to stop it moving. Staple guns in the top of my toolbox. Should be a staple gun in there somewhere. That's it. Thank you very much. So I'm going to staple this in place so we know it's not going to move, because you want this top nice and straight. One here. One there like that, so that's not going to move now. The staples will come out, I promise. And we know that this piece, this edge now, we're making a perfect edge to the shower tray. I'll stick it now on there like that. Right. Just going to stick another staple in the bottom to make sure it don't move. I want that up against the edge there like that. Right. Now the inside, I'm just going to mark out with a marker pen. Just going to have to feel it. Right, so I've cut out my piece of plastic, and now before I offer it up, I've got to make sure I take the staples out that I put in. I put these staples in, make me cardboard template, so just remembered I've got to take these out. Just chuck them up there for now. I'm sure Rebekah won't mind. Rub the camera, yeah. That's it, that's all the staples out. Now, for the moment of truth. Did my template actually work? Try not to scratch the back wall as I put it in place. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, look at that edge. That's perfect. I couldn't have done it better if I tried. Look at that. How's it fit?
Like a glove.
Like a glove. There you go. Right, so that back bit's glued. So all we've got to do now is glue this bit and glue that bit. Right, here we go. The final piece of the puzzle. And then we can have a cup of tea. I'll die for a cup of tea. And a biscuit wouldn't go amiss either. Oh no, I'm on a diet. Oh, that's going to look lovely, that is.
It works so well.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Told you it'd be alright, didn't I? Told you I knew what I was doing. Not bad for an amateur. So these bits that are squishing out, we'll just leave those and then cut them off once it's dry, I reckon. I'm just going to push down. I don't think we're going to need to put any battens against it. This is going to hold perfectly all right on its own, I think. Just try and get it to squish. Sorry about the heavy breathing. I will put some of these in there just in case. Yeah, like it's leaning across there, or like it's fallen off, and well, very unlikely, but just so I can sleep soundly at night. There you go. Right, and that's it. Well, now it's the next morning. I'm pleased to report it's all stayed in place and it's looking rather nifty. Now, Rebekah is a dab hand with the silicone apparently, so she's going to finish it off by doing all the siliconing down in each corner. And I'll give you a little example of how just how good she actually is. Look at this, what I spotted earlier on. She's siliconed all down inside her grooves here, the top of her panels, to stop the water going the other side. Look how nice and neat that is. So I reckon it's only right that we let her finish off her shower. Off you go.
Thank you.
And are you happy with the end result so far?
I am, yeah. I think it looks really good. It's really hard to come across the right materials sometimes when you're looking for stuff in a van. I got the plastic sheeting from a company called Ultimate Plastics, but if you have a similar company nearby you that does UPVC windows or things like that, because the problem with the curve of the van I found was that if you go for normal bathroom sheets, they're too hard and they're too thick and they won't bend.
So the company was
Ultimate Plastics Limited. They will probably do over the phone orders and yeah, deliver. I don't know, you'd have to find out. We can put the link in the description and you can have a look and see.
So that people can see what sort of company to look for.
Yeah, it needs to be a plastic place.
A plastic company.
A plastic company. Windows and UPVC, like guttering, fascia boards, stuff like that. Because this is for basically any kind of plastic fascia boards, basically. It's not for a shower.
Okay.
It's just an alternative way.
People are gonna ask.
Yeah, exactly. But it needs to be as thin as possible and as flexible as possible.
We'll try and put some links in the description.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. Right, I think that's everything. So just to make sure that it's all clean and it hasn't got any bits on it.
What about the blue backing?
Blue backing needs to come off next, yeah.
Just accuracy.
Just, yeah, it's good. Comes off really easy, yeah. Always use your finger, don't use
I've got some nails.
yeah. Don't use an implement to get it off.
Oh, that comes off easy.
It comes off really easy. Ooh, that one's come off already. That's good. Leave the blue on for as long as possible though, to prevent the sheeting from getting damaged.
So that's the angle, is it?
Yeah.
Recommended angle.
That's the recommended angle. Obviously, if you want a bigger angle, you do it lower down. If you want a
That's all
smaller,
right for this.
I think that's about, I've just taken off about that much.
All right.
You don't want it too small, because otherwise you're going to be there for ages. And then you always keep that in the gap. You always keep that slant in towards you, because then it will follow.
Nice long bead.
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to use my gun?
Yeah, that would be
My
lovely.
gun's better than yours.
Yeah, my gun's a bit crap. So definitely I'll use yours.
I'll use a professional one.
And always go for white as well. Don't go for clear.
No.
It's not a good idea. Get it ready in the gun. Oh, this is a good gun.
Yeah.
It's a very nice gun.
Hotel.
Okay.
Better than yours. Hang on then. Let me get closer. Good. Go for it.
If you miss a bit, don't worry. Just don't lift off. Just keep going. And just go back and forwards, up and down. And pump as you go very gently, so you don't over pump. Don't worry about the overspill for now. You just keep going. And you just put a little bit of pressure where there's more of a gap. There you go. See, I'm filling in the gap. And then rotate the gun.
Oh,
And
go from the bottom
go
up.
from the bottom up. It's keeping the same angle again. See, that's a bit messier because I didn't quite have the nozzle.
It's a lot messier than I thought it would be.
Really?
I thought you'd do it a lot neater than that.
Really? No, that's it.
So now what? Oh, right, so you've got a bit of cloth.
Got a bit of cloth.
And just run it up.
And you run it up. Yeah. This is how I like to do it. And then where this is run off a bit, you just kick it back a bit.
Again.
Just not much pressure, just ever so slightly, just taking off the...
Just a bit of cloth.
Yeah, just a bit of cloth. Ideally, wipes are the best because then you don't have to
What
have
are these? Those like wipes that come in
these.
a tub?
Yeah, these are trade wipes. And then you just run it down, slightly pressing in, and then you just come off. And you just throw that one away and do it again with another one. Yeah, so these are multi-purpose wipes, big tub. Unfortunately, they're not biodegradable, which makes my heart very sad. But sometimes you just need something that will do the job. And it just makes it easier to
I've
apply.
always used my finger and it always makes such a mess.
Yeah, this is the better way of doing it.
Makes sense.
And also it's healthier because silicone is carcinogenic.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It doesn't smell nice, does it?
So you shouldn't put it in your mouth. No. So there we go, that's the first one.
So
Done and
close up
dusted.
at that. Look at that. That is incredibly neat.
Yeah, I told you.
I've got to say, I did have my doubts at first.
Oh my gosh. I can do some things.
Well done.
Right, we're just going to do
This
the other.
video, thumbs up.
Just got to do all the others now. And then the tops. So yeah, we'll just carry on doing it. And we'll show you in a minute.
All right.
It's great, isn't it?
It's all going wrong.
That bit wasn't stuck, so it's all right.
You happy with that?
I am very happy.
It looks really nice. Take a look at this. I mean, that is super impressive. Look at those edges, nice and clean. I don't know if the white balance on my camera is going to actually pick all this up, but I've got to say, with my eyes, I mean, you probably can't see it with the camera, but hopefully you can. But it really does look incredibly good. And I was just saying to Rebekah, that looks so good. I may consider taking out my wood burner because it is an absolute pain chopping wood. And a wood burner you can only use in the winter, whereas a shower cubicle like this would actually fit perfect in my van if I didn't have my wood burner. And it's something I could use all year round as well. Whereas a wood burner, I only use it 6 months of the year. yeah, I'm seriously doubting, I'm seriously thinking now, maybe a remodel of my van could be on the cards for the summer. Yeah, something to certainly think about. Anyway, if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up, and give Rebekah a thumbs up. And hopefully see you again soon. Ta-ra for now. Right, so that's our tray in place. Oh, bollocks. We've got to glue it in place, haven't we?
Yeah.
Do we need to glue it in place? Yeah, we do. Right, take two. So before we put the tray in place, we're going to put some glue there to hold it in place.
Oopsie.
Right, so I'm going to put this up there. Silicone in. She's going to do the silicone. Silicone. Silicone.